Nice. All right, good morning. So, yesterday was a very interesting day. We had 100 and something point drop on ES after a Fed said that I don't even know what they said. They said that they were gonna not raise rates, the inflation was too high, something like that. Anyway, so we dropped, let's look at this. We were up here trading at the 5300s and we dropped, filled the gap, which is what I was looking for. We had a nice trade live here, filled the gap, and I thought that was gonna be it, that buyers were gonna defend here, and it kept going and going and going. We traveled through the whole range, through this low volume node, and then broke the previous week's low again for the second time, or third time I would say. Travel the whole range, so we left all these red rectangles that you see here. These are single prints, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of single prints until we found some support at this volume node. I had it marked as minor support, but when I look back, the reason also why we bounced there is because this was a previous swing high. This is where we broke up above this range here. So anyway, we bounced there, we found support overnight. We just hang around the bottom part of the spike and we cleaned up the first set of single prints, which I want to see how the market acts during RTH and within this single print, which is a little more relevant. Now we had some NFP report and employment, so we had a move down, then a move up. Now we're back in here. We're trading right at the lower end of this single print, which it tells me that I think that there's gonna be more down moves. We bounced right at the 21 EMA. We're below now most of the move. I mean we're below the weekly VWAP. We're below the 21 moving average, and the 50 moving average daily is right here at 51.16, which is very close to the February high, and it's very close to the previous contract settlement, and it's very close to the quarterly pivot. So I think this is going to be a magnet if we keep moving lower. And I think because the market likes to hurt the most people, and in my opinion this market has conditioned us to buy every dip, I think we're going to move down a little more, at least to test the 50. And retest this point of controls, which have been untested, clean up some of this structure, and move lower. Now, usually when you have a move like this, I find that we like to test the half point of this, which is right here at 52, 50, I think it's 52.50 and a quarter. or 52.50 75. I'm sorry, 52.50 75, which is right here. So if we start seeing a move higher, I would expect this to be retested, the 50 area. Also, we have this high volume right here, which is where previous value was. I mean, we still have all this value up here, so value is higher, but at the same time, we still have a lot of poor structure below. So we did clean up some of the single prints from way before when we rallied. So it really could go either way, but I'm gonna use the overnight range as a guide and not try to guess direction and wait for the market to tell me. So long above the overnight range for to retest this 50 40 50 52 40 52 50 area, and short below if we break this lows. The first target will be here at 51.82, this high volume node, and then from there I would target the high volume nodes 51.55, 51.44, and then eventually this area where I expect this is stronger support. I expect buyers to defend this area if we get here. And on the move up, like I said, clean up some of the singles. I don't expect the whole move to be taken back, but if we see a short squeeze and people got too short in this area, then there's a possibility of a squeeze if we get above 52.50, and then a move back to the scene of the crime, which is a market usually likes to retest it. So I would mark this area because if we start squeezing higher, there's a possibility that we retest this if people got too short down here. Okay. Let me see. NQ is the same story with NQ. Pretty much the narrative is exactly the same. So look for those high volume nodes. So if we move back higher, this is my target, 18 to 80. And the halfback of this, which is 18.312, 18.312, and then again, if we squeeze higher, then move back to this area, and if we break below the lows, I would look for the thing is that NQ already this bounced at the 50 daily moving average. So if it gets below it, then I would look for a retest of the March low levels, which is here at 17,880, 860. There's a quarterly pivot, so I would look for this area. Let's see. Oil. Crude oil. Give me a second. Oh gosh. Okay, here it is. All right, so crude oil keeps making new highs, and I said that my target was between 87 and 87.60. We got to 87.20 and came back, so I'm still looking for a move a little higher into 87.60. I've been holding a long swing trade for a while, and my target is 87.60, and it feels like every time it's about to get there, it drops. But yesterday we had there was some news in the Middle East, and we had a strong push. And I think I'm still looking for the 87.60 and 80. We should find some sellers here 88. But if we don't, if we break through the 88.20, then I would look for all this area to be tested. We have some a previous balance area which goes all the way to where is it, to 94, right? So that's the excess, but the main area where value was is between 88.40 and 91.60. So in the case that we break this 88.40, then I will be looking for those that area to be retested. And if we move down on oil below 86, then I would target again this 5-day point of control, which is at 80. Where is it? 85.18. Okay. All right. We also have some Fed speaking today, so we could have more volatility. And then we have next week we have a bunch of we have CPI next week, we have PPI, we have Michigan, University of Michigan, and then we're gonna start earnings season. So there's fuel for more volatility to come in. So keep your risk under control. All right. I did this video just for you, Bob. I'm gonna upload it and post it.